Georgetown, and Danville. That started, as far as the records I could find, in 1823. In 1826, Paris was taken off that circuit, and then it was just Danville and Georgetown. Now, around 1827, Georgetown had a schoolhouse on the square. It was built of large sycamore logs, and the Methodists started using the schoolhouse for their worship services. Now, the first ones were held there, but later the Methodists bought the old James Hayworth store on the square, and they remodeled it, took out the partitions and such, and made that into their place of worship. Now, the first structure in Georgetown that was built for Methodist worship was in 1846 at 208 West Street. They were building that church, and their funds ran out. So when the funds ran out, they had an enclosed building, no doors, no windows, and no floor. And at that time, the children of the town thought that was a great playhouse. And so they played in what was there. Now, in 1849, the Methodists moved that structure to 305 East West Street and completed it. And the membership of the church at that time was 50 people. According to the way society was at that time, the men all sat on one side, the women sat on the other. Now, that building was replaced in 1863. There are some pictures here of some of those early churches, and that building was remodeled then in 1881. And while those repairs were being made to the church, the Methodist services actually took place at Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Now, the present church for the Methodists that you see in Georgetown, that castle-like structure, it had its cornerstone laid in June of 1912. And there's a large picture here that shows that cornerstone being laid, and you can also see the styles that the ladies were wearing at that time. And when the cornerstone was laid, there was very little of the building there, just a little bit of the east and north walls. The membership at that time was 210. The church then was finished and dedicated on April 20th, 1913. They had 3 services that day, and it said that they had people attending from Indiana to Champaign, from Danville down to Paris. They had services in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening for the dedication, and the offering just from that day was over $8,000. Wow. Now, the cost to build that church that you see there today was $21,590.36. Now, one other thing, as you go by the church, you've probably noticed the memorial stone out front. That was placed there in 1932. And in reading the histories, found a little bit of discrepancy between what's on the plaque on the stone and what the history said, but I'm going to go with the histories. It was a memorial to those who fought in the Civil War. They had, those troops, before they went to war, had drilled in the field north of where the church now is. And it was supposedly dedicated to the 73rd, the 35th, and the 25th regiments. And then the 125th regiment was actually organized on the site where the church building is. So that's what I came up with in some written histories from the past and trying to put them all together.
Thank you.